Hi everyone, I'm Needlecraft Annie and this is my flosstube number 79. This time I only have cross-stitch projects and I honestly do not have a whole lot of progress. I started the week, it started really good, I made quite good progress, and on Wednesday my mom called and asked if she could come over for the weekend. And well, yeah, of course she can. So she did. She arrived on Friday, so basically I stitched through to Thursday, and starting Friday I did not stitch anything at all anymore, which is kind of sad, but honestly I'm at a really good point with my goals for this year, and I have 2 more weeks of vacation coming up where I should have a lot of stitchy time. And I enjoyed this weekend so much that I do not care that I did not stitch a single stitch, I did not knit anything or crochet, but I enjoyed it so much having my mom here. Mostly we just spent our days. We got up in the morning and then we went to the grocery store to get ourselves some breakfast, basically some bread and some cheese and stuff, and then we just went off for a walk, and we walked for 2 or 3 hours. In the middle of the walk, just set ourselves at the side of the oh wow, I'm really missing some words. At the side of some field in the sun, and we just did some picnic with the things we bought in the morning. And yeah, when we came back to my apartment, we played board games, and we played those board games till the evening until we went to bed. And the next morning we went out for a walk again, and it was so amazing. I really enjoyed it. I think my mom enjoyed it really much. So yeah, it was great. I did not do any stitching on the weekend, but I did a little bit the week prior. So I'm fine with that. I honestly am. And yeah, that's it. So as I told you, just cross-stitch this video and not a whole lot of progress, but I'm really fine with that. Okay, nevertheless, I'm going to show you what I did, and I'm going to show you what I'm planning to do next weekend. So let's get started. First of all, let's start with the project I intended to stitch on every day of the week. In the end, I only stitched on it 4 days. The project I'm talking about was Lilac Fairy by Vivaco. This was also my non-full coverage Fancy Lady for the week. So I wanted to do 500 stitches on her one day, plus every day 145 stitches. I started with her on Monday. So basically on Monday I did 645 stitches, and then going on through the week I did every day 145 stitches up to Thursday. And yeah, that's been it. So now I'm going to show you a picture of what she looked like last time you saw it, and a picture after Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then I will show you where I'm at now. So this is where I got to. So basically, starting on Monday, I filled in a lot over here, all the whites, those yellows, and then I started with some of the darker browns over here and started filling it in on the bottom of her dress. Really happy with her. As I said, I plan to finish her during April, so we'll see if I will be able to manage that. But yeah, I'm just really happy with how far I got. I have 1 or 2 lengths of this brown missing, and then I can finally backstitch or finish to backstitch all the frame around her, which then means I think then there are 4 colors missing. So yeah, I'm getting closer to a finish. She stitched on 14 count Lilac Ada 2 over 1 full cross, except for all those background areas. Those I stitched 1 over 1 full cross, and the needleminder is from 1 to 3 stitch. So yeah, as I said, really happy with her. And you're going to see her again during the plant section because I want to finish her during April. So I have to stitch on her. And April is not going on for that long anymore. So I have to get going. Okay, let's continue with my non-full coverage piece for the week that does not have to be a fancy lady, but this week actually was. And I'm talking about Cinderella Rags to Riches by John Elliott. Basically, this chart consists out of two patterns, Cinderella in Rags and Cinderella in Riches, but you can actually stitch them combined. That's what I'm doing. So yeah, that's going to be the finished project. I'm going to show you a picture of what it looked like last time here. And this is where I got to. With this one as well, I'm so happy. She stitched on a 28 count casual linen in the colorway Fog by Pictures Plus, and she stitched two full cross. Needleminder is from Denkai Designs. And basically what I did, I concentrating a lot on this window over here. I finished all the greenery in the left half of the window because this year I want to finish Cinderella in Rags, which basically is the left side of the pattern. So I finished all the stitches on the left side of the window. When I had thread left over, I just moved along and finished my thread. And did all those browns. I did not stop in the middle because I wanted to stop, because I only want to do Cinderella in Rags. I did stop in the middle because her dress, or Cinderella in Riches dress, is coming in this window over here. So that's actually the point where the window stops anyway. So I did that. I did all this gold Krennic over here, those two swirls, and then I filled in the blue Krennic, started backstitched this side of the window. Yeah, whenever I had some thread left in those blues or the browns, I went into Cinderella herself. So I did a little bit more in here and in her sleeve over there. There are a few holes still missing. Those will be beads, but for that I want to stitch some more on her to just do a few more beads whenever I start beading. So next I finally can concentrate once again on Cinderella herself and yeah, continue from top to bottom. I also did some more of the back stitching, not a whole lot, just a little bit more in here, as far as I was able to, and then I just poked the thread again and continued, or will continue next time. So yeah, here she is, and it's beautiful. And I'm really happy this window is now basically done, except for some beads, because now I'm in the interesting part. I'm actually stitching Cinderella. So yay for that one. Really happy. It was my goal to finish that window, and I actually managed that during one day, so that was pretty cool. Okay, let's move to my full coverage pieces. And my fancy lady full coverage this week was Mini Cinderella, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. Artwork is by Alexandra Daw. That's what she's going to look like when she's done. And I show a picture of what she looked like last time here. And this is where I got to. I have no idea if you can see any difference. Basically what I did was I started to stitch Extreme Cross Country, started with the color that is used most in here, which is a blend out of B5200 and Krennic 032, blending filament 032, and I did a lot in here, and I wanted to get 400 stitches done, so I was finished with all the Krennic in this part over there, so I moved in the middle and started filling it in over here. There's still 5,500 stitches of that color left, so yeah, I'll be busy. But yeah, I'm happy with what I did. I just managed a little bit more. That's always nice. She stitched on 28 count 1/1 full cross. Needleminder is from Denkai Designs. And yeah, as I said, not sure how much you can see, but this one this part over here is definitely filled in a little bit more, and over here I did round about 5 to 7 rows, something like that. So yeah, it's getting filled in slowly but surely. And with her, I have not done yet a whole lot this year. I think over about 500 stitches or something like that. So I need to get back to her again, especially because when I have a lot of time left at the end of the year and all my goals are done, it would be really nice to finish her. I'm close to 25% already, so that's nice. And I don't even have 10,000 stitches in yet. So there's not a whole lot of stitching to do with this project. So it would be nice to finish it this year. Okay, next one. Let's move to my full coverage piece. That does not have to be a fancy lady, but this week actually was. It was Mini Cake & Cruncher, charted by Haviland of Designs. Artwork is by Hannah Lynn. And I show a picture of what it looked like last time here. This was the one that actually took the back seat after I heard my mom was coming. I knew that this one was not going to get all the attention I would need to give it in order to get the column done, which I hoped I would get. But that just did not happen, and that's fine. Especially because I already did a whole lot on her this year. I think I already did more than 5,000 stitches, and I only want to do about a bit more than 9,000. So yeah, I'm fine with that. She stitched on the 25 count even weave 2 over 1 10 stitch. Needleminder is from Denkai Designs. And yeah, I filled in every parked thread except for the black. And next I will have to pick all those confetti stitches and actually finish all the color stitches before I start putting in all this black. But she's growing. She got a little bit more of her face done, a little bit more of the eye, and just generally a little bit more of her hair. So yeah, we're getting there. I'm having fun stitching her, so that's the most important thing. And yeah, we'll see if I will get time shortly to actually do some more on her. That would be really nice. So maybe I'm coming back to her in plans. We'll see. Yeah, this is Mini Cake & Cruncher. As I said, really happy with how she's turning out. Okay, that's everything I stitched on. I told you, not a whole lot. But as I said, that's really fine. Yeah, it just is. I had such an amazing weekend, and it would not have been as good if I would have stayed all on my own and stitched. I really enjoyed it a whole lot more that my mom was here and we spent some time together. So that's really fine. Okay, on to plans. Once again, my daily piece will be Lilac Fairy. And this week, my non-full coverage piece that does not have to be a fancy lady, but actually is, also is Lilac Fairy. So she will get a little bit more than 1,500 stitches anyways. But maybe I will finish her. I will come back to that a little bit later. So 1,500 stitches for sure. Well, if my mom does not come around again. But yeah, you know what I mean. 1,500 stitches are definitely the plan for her. And we'll see if everything turns out the way I want it to turn out. Okay, my non-full coverage fancy lady this week is Raven Queen by Mirabilia. That's what she's going to look like when she's done. And I show you a picture, or no, not a picture. I show you where I'm at with the actual project. This is where I'm at. Last time I finished all this turret above the raven and actually finished the raven and the glove. So I probably will go up here through her arm. Connect her arm to her body with the skin colors, and then maybe start a little bit in her hair and head to let her look a little bit more human. She is stitched on a 32 count gray Belfast linen, either smoke gray or pearl gray, I don't know. needleminder is from Lenka Designs, and she stitched 2 over 2. So, yeah. Concentrating on the queen herself this week. Don't know how much I want to do, just a little bit, and yeah. We'll see how much I will actually do. Okay, my full coverage piece that does not have to be a fancy lady, but this week actually is Mini Magic Mirror, charted by Haven & Designs. Artwork is by Anne Stokes. That's what she's going to look like when she's done. I'm presently on page number 2 in here, so I show you where I'm at with her. I'm stitching her across country, so probably going for 400 stitches on her once again. She stitched on a 28 count Lugana 2 over 110 stitch. Needleminder is from Just to Heavenly. And yeah, this is where I'm presently at. I'm going to pick my colors in here once again, and then stitch until my thread runs out. And as I said, goal probably will be 400 stitches. I think that's a good goal. So yeah, just so amazing. Every time I hold that one up and see it myself on the screen, it looks so amazing, and I'm just so in love with it. So yeah, that's Mini Magic Mirror. And then my actual Fancy Lady full coverage this week is also charted by Heaven & Earth Designs. It's called Dragon Dancer, and as well artwork by Anne Stokes. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. And presently I'm not in the most exciting part, but I'll show you where I'm at. This is where I'm at with this one. It's stitched on a 32 count Zweigert linen 2 over 110 stitch. And presently I'm stitching in this page, probably going to take just the next color and filling everything in. And I think 400 stitches is quite a good goal, so I'm going with that for this one as well. 400 stitches I can actually do in one day without problem, normally. So I think that's a good goal. Yeah, here it is. So happy. Yeah, it's actually my 5th page I'm already working on, so that's pretty cool. And that's my 4 projects for the week, which again is not a whole lot. But this week on Friday, there's starting the 24 hours marathon in the 24 hours cross-stitch group. I will link the Facebook group below. Basically, you can either decide to do 24 hours in a row and just stitch for 24 hours. I cannot do that. I can't. So I'm going with the version of 24 hours in 48, which basically means you have 48 hours, or you give yourself 48 hours, and in those 48 hours you try to stitch for 24 hours, which is still quite a bit, especially considering that I have to sleep. I did that last year, I think, once, and it was fine. And I want to try again this week, especially because I'm on vacation. So when, if not now? So I'm going to try. Give it a try. I think I have 2 projects in mind I definitely want to stitch on, which is Mini Katie and Cruncher, because I really want to finish that column. And the other one is Lilac Fairy, because it would be really amazing to finish it this weekend. Does not matter how many hours I will need. I think I will give it everything I need to just finish this project. That would be just amazing. Otherwise, I have no idea which project I will use. So I did not bring any of my projects, and probably just going like with a random app and let the app decide which project I'm going to stitch on, or just which project I feel like I need to stitch on or want to stitch on. So something like that. I'm not going to give myself a plan of which projects to stitch on, aside from definitely Lilac Fairy. If I do not finish it during the marathon, I want to at least be close. And I think Mini Katie and Cruncher should just finish the column, because I really like when those columns are done. Otherwise, I have no idea, and we will see. and you will see. Yeah, I don't know at the moment, and that's why I can't show you anything. But yeah, that's it. This one was probably a shorter video, not on purpose actually. But yeah, I just did not stitch a whole lot, so I was not able to show you a whole lot of projects. I wanted to participate on the Confetti Conquistadors weekend of the Full Coverage Fanatics group. That was last weekend. So it ended yesterday. I didn't, because my mom was still there. And yeah, it wasn't, the stitching and the challenge was not more important than spending time with my mom. I'm sorry if that offends you, but that's just the way I feel. So I just didn't. And I did not stitch on my supersized Max Color Once Upon a Fairy Tale, so maybe I stitch on that one during the marathon. I'm not sure. We will see. It will be a surprise. That's nice as well. Yeah, that's it. I showed you everything I stitched on. I told you all my plans. And yeah, I will see you next week. Stay safe, stay healthy, and goodbye.